You know, many characters revolutionized a generation, and Sonic the Hedgehog here was one of them. He was the first 16-bit mascot for a 16-bit system, that being the Sega Genesis. The reason he was created was as an answer to Nintendo's Mario. Because you see, at the time in the 1980s and early 90s, Mario and Nintendo were blown away any competition that they had. But as soon as Sonic arrived on the scene, Mario and Nintendo were the ones that got blown out of the water. But just like with Mario, Sonic evolved from video games that you see here. Well, not these games. And he evolved into comic books published by Archie Comics, and then later on into separate animation series. The first one being, well, Satie M and Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Adventures actually premiered about a couple of weeks earlier than Satie M. Satie M was of course broadcast on ABC, where Adventures was on syndication. Originally, from what I've heard and understood, Adventures was supposed to be the one on ABC, and Satie M was supposed to be the one syndicated. Yeah, like that worked out well. Anyway, Satie M and Adventures ran for about 2 years, until their cancellation. Actually, Satie M was canceled before Adventures. Adventures stayed in syndication through reruns. Satie M, however, did make a comeback as sorts along with Adventures back in '96 with this USA Dig Entertainment special Sonic Christmas Blast, which was kind of a play along the new game that was coming out at the time called Sonic 3D Blast. The difference about this special, along with any other, the difference and the speciality of this special, I should say, is the fact that it sort of combined both series. Because you had names like Robotropolis or Robotropolis, you had SWAT bots, even though they didn't look like the SWAT bots, and of course you had Sally in her Satie M design. However, the difference was Sally was colored in her original color design of pink and brown. Pink fur, brown hair. Go figure. Anyway, after that, Satie M also made, not Satie M, but after that, Sonic made his return to television a couple of years later. With Sonic Underground. This series is highly debated among a lot of fans, and for the fact that it did combine the familiarity of Satie M's dark dramatic tones, but it also combined it with some of Adventure's comedic slapstick material. What I mean by that is the fact that when it came to Adventures and its combination or influence, you had Sleet and Dingo, basically Sonic Underground's answer to Scratch and Grounder. Now, this series, however, did not last that long. It only lasted for about 40 episodes. A lot of people feel as though it should have been continued, just like Satie M, and some people feel as though why was it even made? Well, a couple of years later, back in 2003, Sonic would come back again to television in Sonic X. This series ran from 2003 to 2006. And just like Satie M and could have been, it clearly evolved over the years. For the 3 years that it was on, it went from a light tone to a very dark tone. The light tone was season 1. The medium or the in-between environment, sort of light and dark, was season 2, and the darker tone was season 3. And just like with Sonic animated series here in the West, it also was canceled or finally finished on 4Kids television. But through all this, besides all those anime series, Sonic has not just evolved from those, just a game into those series, but it's also evolved into other areas. Most importantly, more video games, more comic books, and plushies, believe it or not. As a matter of fact, you go down to, if you back in the mid to late 90s, if you went down to Sydney, Australia, there was a series there was a stage show there called Sonic Live, and it featured Sonic, Tails, Robotnik, and believe it or not, Princess Sally. And Princess Sally had her own toy there, which was the Sally plush. Nowadays, which is nowadays a very rare item to find, even if you go on eBay. Because believe me, from experience, you may have to fork out a lot of money just to get one. But as far as Sonic goes and his franchise, you can't beat it. It's one of the best franchises to ever be made, and it still continues today. As a matter of fact, Archie Comics is going to be bringing out a new comic series called Sonic Universe, which is sort of the answer to the backup stories in the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. In other words, making the backup stories more extendable. And as far as video games go, well, he's still doing that as well. Sonic recently starred in Sonic Unleashed, where he turns into a werehog. And of course, he's got a new game in Sonic Chronicles and one coming out, Sonic and the Black Knight. But overall, Sonic has been everything fans have been wanting in a video game character and franchise. And he'll continue to be for a long time. The only question fans have and still debate and argue to this day is when is this going to come out? And if you can see by this picture, the movie. I don't know who made this picture, but apparently it was out of a plan or an idea to present a movie idea to a company. Some people are out there right now still shopping or selling or trying to shop the idea around the studios. When it will happen is anybody's guess. But I hope you enjoyed this time of my look at Sonic the Hedgehog's franchise, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you have any comments, just let me know. Until then, thank you for watching, and God bless.